Ahoy, crypto pirates. It's good to see you guys and all of you Hexican in the nation out there. I just wanted to touch base with you guys tonight. I wish I would have had a little bit more forewarning. I would have had a little more prepared, but I got something to discuss with you guys. Couldn't get the restream to come back up for some reason. It won't let me in, log in to change the name of the or the title of the episode tonight. It's actually episode 44. We got haters. We made it. So I was hoping to have Dollar Cost Crypto here. It looks like he's going to be just a little bit late tonight, but I'm glad to have all of you guys. So thanks for coming and checking in with us tonight, guys. I just wanted to pretend to be a alpha man soy boy so I could talk shit about a project that I've never even done any research on. And to this day, I still haven't seen the video that this particular individual made for against Hexo, so I'm not really 100% up on the video. I just know he was talking trash, and I wasn't really active in the community at that time. I definitely had my stakes, but I just want to be really cool, and I want to sell you guys a $100 course to teach you how to pick up chicks. Any takers? Sounds good. So anyway, yeah, I was watching a particular stream today, and so this particular person must have heard our conversation that we had on Friday and decided to make a point on his show to bring up Hex. And it's funny to me because the guy that is obviously not even smart. He didn't do any of his research, continues to call Hex a scam, and tried to bring it up to someone who had no interest in even hearing about this coin, this particular coin, Hex that is, and then proceeds to make a point to grandstand about it. So I just want to thank him for exposing all of those out there that didn't know about Hex. Thank you so much for bringing more into our community, because he doesn't understand that ghosting actually helps his cause more than bringing it up and yelling scam. And for the rest of you guys who, for posterity's sake, come back later in the future, maybe a year, 2.5, 3 years from inception of the Hex coin, when it's already hopefully a million X'd at that point in time. Maybe I'm just too excited moon boy about it, but there's always that opportunity for it to do so. I just want to say I am deeply sorry that you listen to morons that think they're alpha males that dress like clowns, thinking peacocking is a very important thing to do and is making money off of lonely men that have problems talking to women. And you missed out on the Hex gains. So I apologize for you guys, man. That sucks. That sucks. But for the rest of you guys, it's good to have you on here. Glad to see you guys in the Hexican Nation staking strong. Strong hands, strong hands. So absolutely the sapper. He gave us free advertising. I am going to ghost him. Me and a particular person who I'm going to ghost right now because he overstepped his bounds and didn't know what the hell he was talking about on Hexo's show in the chat. Had no clue what the hell he was talking about. So I'm going to just let you know right now, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't in the community at that time. I wasn't active. I still to this day have not seen that video. So do what you want with that. That's fine. I'll welcome you back in when you stop being a dick. Children of the Grave, always a pleasure to see you, man. Into the Fire. Yes. Shut up and take my money. Thanks for the lemon, my friend, and gladly we will take your lemons all day long. So I have 10,000 Hex for your course. Deal, man. Let's take it. I'll take it. Yeah, Colin, you and I can talk on either Twitter in the DMs or on Telegram. I'd be happy to fill you in on it. So I know it's hard to keep up on the story when we only have hints of info, but I'm just glad you guys came. Stylist19, thank you so much for the diamond. Into the Fire, another lemon, Billy Boy Crypto, and Ice Cream. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to follow RG3 on Twitter, Discourse Syndicate on Twitter. Follow us also here on Dlive, and make sure you comment in the sections, because every night that we do an episode, we're gonna take 3 names and put it on the Wheel of Death for the 1 million Hex giveaway. First prize takes 700,000. So definitely worth doing the house cleaning on that one. So be happy to see you guys chatting throughout the night so we can get some names pulled up for that. Hector the Protector 22, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you as well. Colin, yeah, we'll talk later, man. Matt Van, hey guys, it's good to see you. We will have some more people coming on here in just a little bit. At least Dollar Cost will be on in here. Hex Jesus. So I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. And that was a pretty sweet deal. And I didn't even know because I wasn't following Twitter today. In my real life, I stay quite busy and running 3-4 business, well, technically 4 businesses, and trying to be a good husband and father all at the same time. In fact, I was a little bit late to the stream, and I apologize to you guys for that. I had to get some kids ready for bed and pack some lunches for tomorrow and make sure they all ate and got some dishes cleaned and everything to try to be a good husband. My wife is at a golf a golf meeting. She is a secretary for the Women's Golf Association here locally, and she's a better golfer than I am. Yes. So in case you guys were going to ask, yes, she is a much better golfer than me. Brian, my man, thank you for the diamond. Gosh, man, it never surprises me. You guys always surprise me. I apologize. You guys always surprise me with how generous this community is, man. You guys are always kicking it up a notch, and we appreciate you guys. So I randomly was picked Monday, Colin Hexander. Yes, you were. You were randomly picked Monday to be put on the wheel of death. We all better end stake now. Okay, go ahead, man. I mean, it sucks for those who emergency unstake, but I'll gladly take your emergency end stake penalties if you guys want to. I mean, if that's your form of charity, that's cool with me. Is the Wheel of Hex a better name? Yes, I agree. But death does imply negative. But hey, not the captain of this shit, man. So I don't make the rules. So Motley Investor, good to see you, brother. DC is late. How unusual. That's exactly right. Yeah, he's got real life businesses too. So he's super, super busy. But glad to have you guys. Going to Twitter, I should probably share my screen here. I don't have it set up the way that Hexo has his set up, but I probably better log in here. I didn't even catch that Eric Wall, who called us like the worst project ever, was giving us props for being on ZK Sync, man. I think that is freaking awesome. So I'll have to check that out. You guys should go check out your Twitters too. Hopefully you guys are all set up and you guys are all shilling. Hello? Damn it. Damn. That's my camera for some reason. All right, well, now that I know that I can hear you, that's good. I'll at least keep talking then. So, yeah, it's China again. I love it. Shilling to myself mostly. I can be talking to most anything. That's awesome. So, Randy, what is this you're talking about? Let everyone know they get free Uniswap tokens if they ever use Uniswap. You know, I haven't been following. I didn't realize that is there an official token for Uniswap now? I just haven't been, since I am waiting for day 300 to drop an ETH into Uniswap to buy some more Hex, and I just haven't really purchased anything else. I got some real world investments, some real estate that we're working on right now. So that's where my cash is going as of the moment. And so I didn't have any need for Uniswap as of late. So I didn't even know. So that's good news. Give me some more info. Or better yet, come on, man. I put the link in the Cutthroats channel. Feel free to come on in anytime, man. Hating course, bro. Hack the stream. Well, right? Damn it. That's what I get for talking about alpha man soy boys with their peacocking, thinking that they're running up the club. So I can pull out the game cartridge and blowing it. Dude, that takes me back to the day. Back to the day of the old Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, man. Playing some Super Mario 3. Those were the days, man. I love it. The claim link is at the bottom of the article. What article? Let me roll back up here. I can hear you keep swearing. I guess I missed it, man. So where's this article, brother? You need to come on here, man. All right, he's getting set up. He'll be on. I got 400 Uniswap tokens for just the price of the gas fee. Fantastic, man. I wonder, what is that? I'm going to pull that up right now because I'm sure Nomics probably has something on it, right? I try to support them whenever I possibly can. Oh, let's see here. Let's try plugging the camera back in, see if that does anything. All right, so Unipot, Unicorn, Unicoin, well, there's the exchange for Uniswap. What's the name of it, guys? We'll copy the link address at least. And thanks, Vince, brother, for putting that in there, man. Introducing Uni, huh? Just Uni. Huh. Well, that's pretty freaking cool. Well, I'm going to have to read up on this. That can't be right. I doubt that's right. Yeah, there's some... someone's going to be trying to put some fake liquidity on there, trying to scalp some trades from some unwary investors that don't know any better. Haha. What do you know? Came back on. Yes, the 300th day of HEX is the 27th, September 20. Technically, it starts 6 p.m. The 26th Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Time on the 26th. Eastern, I guess it would be the 8 o'clock p.m. So I think that's before. Yeah, I think we should be good on that front. I'm going to double check here because it was last I checked, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head, it was the 26th. But everybody was saying it was the 27th, and I was like, yeah, but technically it's when it turns over the night of, or the night before. So September of 2020, what do we got here? So 11 days from now. It is Sunday. So it is Sunday after the adoption amplifier rolls over that evening. So you guys get ready. Otherwise, I'm going to front run you all. So, all right. I don't, Torque Twister, I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of addresses. So he asked, where do you think all the HEX is going since it is mostly not staked? I think a lot of people are keeping it liquid to see if the price pumps so they can try to get some of those swings. Yes, Corda Panda, thank you for the diamond. I am flying solo until now. Now, hey guys. Some help steering the ship. So give me a down on this, brother. Yeah, I can hear you great.
Let me go into I don't know what's going on with my freaking computer. Let me go into Dlive so I can at least hear you.
Oh, okay. Can't hear me on here. You're going to be in a little bit of a delay if you do that, though. Day 300 on Uniswap to pump price. Absolutely, Billy Boy Crypto. That's exactly it. 300 is the day that all of us Hexicans are going to drop, that can afford to do so, drop 1 ETH into version 2 of the Uniswap, pump that price of Hex, and get yourself some more Hex all at the same time. So I'm ready. I hope you guys are. Can you hear me on the stream itself, or through StreamYard, or on the stream? Now I can't hear you. I could hear you before. Liquid Hex holders are fools, plain and simple. I agree, Children of the Grave. I don't understand why, if you're going to hodl it, even with the gas fee, if you just do it the right time of day, it costs you $2. Do a week, 2-week stake, even if you want to keep it somewhat liquid so you can pump it later or sell it later. If you're a trader and that's your thing, that's what you want to do. Why not gain some free Hex at the same time? It doesn't make any sense to me. But
all right, I'm here.
All right, man, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear a rundown on this.
I had it set to the TV. I had the volume was at the TV. Oh my God, it was all over. All right. Okay, so while I was watching Hexologist, I happened to go to Twitter, and Uniswap just put out a tweet saying that anybody who's ever used Uniswap or is a liquidity provider is getting a free airdrop of the Uni tokens. And I got 400, so it looks like all the users get 400 tokens. So who knows what they're going to be worth? They're a billion. They minted a billion of them. So
a billion.
Can't imagine it's going to be a lot, but hey, you know, if that ends up being worth 10, 15, 20, or $100 next year within a year, we got free money. So that's all I care about.
Well then, where's some more info on the project? Because I went to that uniswap.org for the blog. And I'm not really, I haven't seen anything yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's here. It says it serves a, let me see where I can get some information. They're bragging about their project. 1 billion Uni have been minted at Genesis and will become accessible over the course of the next 4 years. The initial 4-year allocation is as follows: 60% to Uniswap community members, which is 600 million. 21.51% to team members and future employees. Okay, that's typical. 17.8% to investors. So you remember we were talking about the fact that they picked up a bunch of investors. I think it was like 3-4 months ago, and that's why they launched version 2 of Uniswap. Yeah. So I guess this is how their investors are going to make money, is through the coin.
Through the coin.
Yeah, they got a perpetual inflation rate of 2%. That will start after 4 years.
Okay, so they're going to do the token distribution first, try to do a fair distribution before they
That's what it looks like.
Start inflating it.
Yep, and the snapshot was done on September 1st. So anybody who tries to go in and game the system right now, that's not going to work for them.
Gotcha. Well, they did say that to past users has already been distributed to past users. So I'm checking my account right now, adding the token, using the custom token address to see if there's any chance.
That's not gonna work. So you gotta go in that article. There's a link further on down the article. It says claim, and under next steps it says claim their uni now, and you click that, and that's when you go through the process.
Okay.
And then it goes, it'll say you have this many, then you have to click the claim now button, and that's how you get them.
Okay. Well, Randy, you got the ship. I'm going to go claim my tokens.
You're so funny.
Dude, that's cool, man. I appreciate that. That is awesome.
Yeah. Hey,
I'll dig into this later. So that's really cool.
Finally, we're getting something back from Uniswap for helping them become popular.
For creating the liquidity pool, the real liquidity pools?
Yeah, I never did any liquidity. I'm just not that wealthy. But people that do the liquidity, they could, they're going to get a nice payout, it looks like.
Yeah, that's cool. I love it.
Imagine the OA. The OA is going to make a killing on this.
The OA better claim it. Well, I know they're going to, and why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I mean, he himself has said people are stupid when you're a Bitcoin holder. That's the whole point that he did the Hex airdrop to Bitcoin holders, is you were stupid if you didn't get your free XRP or your free Stellar or all these other free coins that came out as a result of being a Bitcoin holder. So he's already made it clear that he's going to, or that he has in the past, and he thinks it's stupid if you don't now. So
I mean, if free money is free money.
Yep. I agree.
So I am livid right now because of that whole thing with Kraken announcing their new bank.
Yes.
And these people, I get so frustrated because I'm an anarcho-capitalist. I'm anti-bank. I got into this because I'm just a gold and silver guy. I'm one of those types, right?
Yeah.
So people could label me all they want. I don't care. I'm pretty forthright with how I feel. So everyone's out there clapping this today on Twitter, and I'm like, what? You fucking traitors.
You guys don't understand. Yeah. Well, and then some people are trying to come to their defense saying, oh, but they didn't give into the banks. They became their own bank. No, they got to adhere to all the same banking rules all the other banks do. So, yeah, they did become a bank, but they joined the banks, whether you like it or not.
If they can get something from the Federal Reserve, they're now part of the system.
You know they did too, or they will.
Yeah.
If you've got your banking charter, man, there's no reason they wouldn't.
I'm disappointed. Trace Mayer is one of the founders of Kraken and big investors, I believe, something like that, one of those things. And if Trace wasn't invisible right now, he has disappeared from Twitter pretty much. I don't know what's going on with him. He lives part-time in Colombia and part-time in New York. He's all over the place. And if he was on Twitter, instead of hiding out, I don't know what the hell he's doing, I would be calling him out, saying, "What the hell, Trace? I thought you were an anarcho-capitalist, because I've met him a couple times. I've had dinner with him, and I'd be going off. I'd be like, dude, why didn't you stand up and say no? This isn't the way it's supposed to be."
Yeah. Well, yeah. Where is he anyway? Have you seen anything? Obviously not on Twitter. You haven't, but have you seen anything at all?
What's happened is he, at one of the conferences, he was a Bitcoin maximalist for a long time, and he got the Richard Hart treatment because he launched Mimblewimble coin because I thought he was doing a good thing, going for privacy, less risk of having tainted coins, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't like Mimblewimble coin. They had a huge pre-mine and all that kind of stuff, so I never got involved. I was involved in some other Mimblewimble stuff, but once Trace did that, and then the whole crypto community, the Bitcoin maximalist community, came out and started calling him names and saying that he was a traitor and a shill and all that kind of stuff, he just disappeared, and he hasn't been part of the conversation for at least 8 months or so.
Yeah, I really haven't heard anything from him since Not Your Keys, Not Your Crypto. Now, granted, in the last couple of months, I've been a lot more active in following what everyone's saying, since now I'm kind of somewhat of a voice in the crypto space. I mean, obviously I don't have a huge influence or a huge reach by any means, but I try to stay up on stuff so that I actually can add to the conversation when I'm on the streams. But I literally, prior to that, I hadn't heard anything since Not Your Keys, Not Your Crypto. Pull all your crypto off of the exchanges, special day of the year, and I couldn't even tell you right now what day of the year it was that he wanted everyone to do it. But
it's a shame.
Yeah,
it really is. Are we still live? Are we still live?
Looks like it. So
right.
everything is good here, and StreamYard's still running.
Yep, it's going. Okay.
So Giacomo called him out, huh? Quarter Panda, drop some more knowledge in the stream or in the chat for us, or come on stream with us, man. Coinbase will be the next bank. Yeah, I'm not super surprised if Coinbase were to go that route. I mean, they've got the New York banking license already. That's what allowed them to do on-ramp to fiat in the first place. So the uni token value is pretty low. Yeah, probably no.
Just launched.
Yeah. For now, until it's got either a utility or it's got someone pumping it. Yeah, that's just the way it's going to be.
Well, if they have investors, they're likely to have a market maker. So you'll start seeing the price go up slowly. That's just how it works. Like I said, I've been part of many projects, and almost every project hires a market maker to help look with liquidity to make the book look good. It's a part of the game in crypto. I'm sure that they'll increase the liquidity, they'll increase the volume, they'll get the price going, and then a year from now, it'll be on its own and it won't need any help That's generally how these things go, especially if they have an investor. If they raise 10 million or 15 million, a good market maker only costs 7 to 10 grand a month. So especially if it's only one exchange they have to worry about. So they're okay.
That's cool. Yeah.
I don't like trading. I will not trade a coin that doesn't have a market maker. Someone there at least, because you don't want those people coming in and just dumping the books and destroying it, and it just sits there for say a month or two and doesn't do anything.
Like all the masternode coin creators, they all did. Released it, sold all their coins for $10 a piece, and then turned around and dumped them on the first exchange that listed them, and peace out. The projects, whether the blockchain was viable and is still running today or not, most of the people that created them are gone. It's
a sad fact. So you gotta, I don't know. Market making is great. I don't like the exchanges that do the wash trading. Now there's two different things here.
Yeah.
Wash trading is annoying as hell, because if you have a project and your coin, say you have a coin that doesn't have a lot of volume, and then you have somebody or an exchange, I'm going to say Cytex here because they're one that I've dealt with that was a pain in the butt. Their bots will make a purchase of like 10 coins and sell if there's a gap. Say there's a 20% gap in the price, and then they'll sell at that 20% gap, and then it looks like the price just got dumped, but they only sold like 10 coins, and it was a value of like 5 cents or something.
Yeah.
So that looks really bad when you have a low liquidity coin, especially for new projects that had just launched. So I hate it when that happens, man. I just want to punch somebody. So
well, it creates a lot of FUD for people, and they're like, oh, I better get it now. I mean, it's dumped, but I better get out of it now before it goes to zero. And they swoop in and then pick up all the cheap coins.
Or you got the people who are trying to arbitrage, and they think the price just dumped 20%. It really didn't dump. So they made all this effort to send their coins to another exchange because the price is 20% lower, but it's not. I'm guilty of this in 2017 especially. I'm like, oh shit, price is 20% cheaper, and I don't even pay attention. I don't even see what the volumes. I don't even see what the liquidity is. And I'll just send the coins over, and I just paid a huge fee, and when I try to buy it back, it wasn't really 20% lower. I paid the same price pretty much. Oh man, 2017 was a time of learning.
2017 was definitely a time of learning. There was actually a time when which crypto exchange, Golex or whatever, over in Africa somewhere.
Never heard of that one.
I'm trying to remember what it was. I remember seeing it on one of the Telegram chats, and someone was like, I just made a bundle off there because it's 30% higher there on their exchange, trading in USD. Yeah, but the problem is I did a little, and it wasn't Zimbabwe, but it was one of the other ones.
Nigeria.
Yeah, it wasn't Nigeria, I don't think, but I can't remember exactly which one off the top of my head, but it was. Bitcoin was selling for 12,000 when Bitcoin was really only 8,000, and so it was like 50% higher at that time. But all you could do is trade it into BCH, and BCH was still higher on that too. So you're like, well, I get the same amount of BCH. And so I was even looking up, like, man, if you can make 50% per coin, I'm like looking into their banking laws, like what does it take to set up an account, and then to Western Union that money back. Oh, even at a 20% sending origination fee and a 20% fee to accept it on this end. It's still a 10% margin making off of just trading my own Bitcoin to myself over and over and over again. And so I was like, man, I got this. Turns out it is impossible to pull money out of that country. Like once that USD hits that country, it stays in that country.
It sounds like Zimbabwe.
Yeah, it was one of them, man. It was definitely one of the hyperinflation, let's print our currency to nothing countries over there in Africa. Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Yep, absolutely.
and whenever something does go into hyperinflation, currency does, then it just makes it difficult. You look at the people in Venezuela. They suffer all the time. So.
Yep, absolutely.
And they don't mind paying the huge fees either. No. So when I would send our employees, we used to pay them in Steam because I was a big Steam guy, and Steam transactions are free. They're almost instantaneous and they're free. So we would just send them Steam or Steam dollars, and they would change it to Bitcoin in Venezuela, and they would sell it for dollars or bolivars, and it worked great. We did that for about 2 years, and now it's just even doing the crypto thing is hard. So it's actually a better deal for them now if I send her PayPal.
Really?
Yeah, she gets a better deal with PayPal.
That just goes to show that crypto's just not there yet.
It was there for a while, but the government's really cracking down, and we thought that crypto was going to be the savior in Venezuela, and it lasted for about 2.5 years, but it's fading away, I think. No,
really.
Yeah, the fees are getting too high. It's just too high to do the transactions.
Yeah, so I obviously Dash's governance model is a masternode coin. It's the original masternode coin. Yeah. And then Pivx was forked off of it, and they tried to fork the Monero anonymity set with it, and on and on and on and on the chains devolved as they continued on. But with Dash, so that's their governance model, but what does their fee structure look like? What does it cost to send Dash? I don't think
it costs much, but the problem is the fees that the people are doing the transactions charge. So they get a middleman over there. So there's always somebody in the middle that's doing the transaction, and they want 20 or 30%.
Oh.
For example, when you use local Bitcoins, even here in Panama, there's usually, say that you want to sell a whole Bitcoin and the current price is 11,000. The buyers are likely only going to offer 10.8.
Okay.
But then you have the problem, who's out there that's actually got enough money to buy a whole Bitcoin? So you usually have to parse it up into 10 pieces or 20 pieces. And then when you do that, then you have the fluctuation in the price, because you're not going to be able to do it all in one day. And then the other problem is the bank. Once the bank says, hey, where are these transactions coming from?
Yeah.
And then you have the AML laws where if it's over 10,000, then you have to report. So they make it so difficult. These are all things I've dealt with in the last 10 years. I'm just so over it.
I'll tell you what, that is the bottleneck, is the AML laws. And you've got FinCEN, and you've got all the American, both North and South American regulatory bodies, as well as the European regulatory bodies, all working together, because all these different states, all these different countries, they all want their piece of that pie. They want those tax dollars. So they work together to make sure that they're getting it. And it's unfortunate. So, and I really, where I first ran into that is when I first got licensed. Gosh, it had to have been, let's see, it was 2013, early 2013. I was licensed for life insurance. I'm not lying to these guys. My wife, don't mind her. She's giving me a hard time. So anyway, in 2013, when I first got licensed with life insurance, you had to get the AML training through FinCEN to make sure you could figure out the 4 ways they structure and integrate for money laundering. You're welcome. Sounds good. So I've, along my crypto journey, seen all the little bits and crumbs and trail where they're looking exactly at all this stuff the same way they're looking at the way you layer and structure in the legacy markets as well. And they're not oblivious to it.
No, they're not. No, they're not. That's why I don't own anything. Everything's my wife's name.
Smart, man.
Because I could say that online because, I'm poor.
That's right. And that's smart the way that you do that, though, because a lot of people around or at least in the United States, don't understand you're taxed on your citizenship. So you're taxed because you're a citizen of the United States of America, regardless of where you're at in the world. You owe taxes if you make income.
And there's only 2 countries that do that.
Yep, only 2 countries. And even those of you guys in the UK are freer along the financial lines, because if you're not living in the UK, you can still hold your citizenship and not owe taxes if your income derives from living off
territorial taxation.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's Eritrea and the United States are the only 2 countries that tax out if you make anywhere in the world, make money anywhere in the world.
Huh.
Now my wife's out here with a midget.
I love it.
But we've never shared his image online. He's almost 3 years old now, and we've never put him on the internet. We've we've kept that pretty private. So that's the only reason. Every time I do a live stream, that's why I have to have time to set up, because he needs to go to bed.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to do the same thing. I put my kids in their room and said, okay, lunches are packed. You're in your pajamas. You guys need to wind down anyway so I can go start this stream. So I was a little bit late.
Exactly. So for those of you out there who are Americans, just file your taxes like you're supposed to. But if you start businesses and stuff, just make sure you do it outside the country in legal ways. There's foundations you can set up with corporations and marry marry a foreign gal.
Yeah, marry strategically.
Yeah.
Damn it, too late for me.
that helps too. So, but being in crypto makes it difficult for anybody to transact. Even Anna, when we try to sell some Bitcoin into the bank account, we got to be very careful, because the bank, if they even get the slightest feeling that you're using crypto, they will close your bank account, even here in Panama. So
really?
Yeah. There's only a couple crypto-friendly banks. One of them is called Banesco, and that's because they're actually a Venezuelan bank who happens to have locations here, and they understand that the Venezuelan people like to transact in crypto, so they're friendly. So they're the only ones.
So maybe you can field this question, Randy. David Morales 42 says, "What are taxes?"
The taxes are the fee that you pay to live in a civilized society.
No. No.
Hey, I'm doing this to cover.
They are legalized. It's legalized robbery. That's what it is.
Yeah, in my world, they call it taxation is theft.
Absolutely.
You're giving money to people who don't have very good morals or ethics. Yeah. How much money we wasted, I don't know, perhaps were you in the military?
No, so I was headed to my dream job in the National Guard as a crew chief on Chinook helicopters in the new AVM unit in Buckley Air Force Base up in Colorado, and was getting ready to go station there. And I had a buddy who was a level 2 level 2 warrant officer who was going to give me flight recommendations right after I got out of AIT, so I could try to fast track my way to get my helicopter pilot's license and fly some Blackhawks with him, and got caught. I got caught partying before I left for boot camp, and they said, "Well, thank you for your short service. Glad you swore into our governor. We'll see you later." Sent me on my merry way.
Wow,
but
man.
It's ended up being a blessing in disguise. I would have never met my wife, wouldn't have had my 2 kids, and my oldest was around at the time, but my 2 youngest and my baby on the way wouldn't have been part of my life, and I would have not been making nearly as much money as I make now. Being in.
Well, I understand. Yeah, absolutely. You wouldn't have. Because I was in for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
And I got out. I was in the Navy, corpsman.
Yeah.
And I was a nurse after. It helped me with my career. But I tell you what, if I could have gone back to the 18-year-old Randy, or actually 17 when I enlisted, right?
Yeah.
I never would have done it. There's no way in hell I would have done it after knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
And people who tell me that they want to get their kids in after high school, I'm like, you're nuts, man. Mm-hmm. This world is too volatile.
Yeah.
It's teach them how to be, if you can, especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs, teach them the entrepreneurial skills or learn with them.
Teach them to build something of their own and be their own boss.
Yeah,
have control over their own destiny, make themselves wealthy and not the person they're working for.
Exactly, man. And I tell people I saw someone making fun of self-help books and stuff today.
Yeah.
It was a George Carlin stand-up show.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't stand these self-help people and watch you read self-help books. Man, that's how I got free, man. I was reading those books. I was reading like Robert Kiyosaki and all that kind of stuff. And that's what put me on my path to freedom. Yep. And
real quick, just hold that thought.
Yeah.
Is Rich Dad, Poor Dad not like the whole paradigm shift for so many people? Was it not the book to you that was like, oh my gosh, there's a different way, a better way to do this than what I've been raised with?
Yeah, as far as making money in life and working and things, my whole life was this, and then 1998 happened.
Yeah.
And I went this way, and I never looked back. It was, even though I was working at jobs the whole time, I listened to him, and my first step was going into sales. I left nursing and I went into sales, and I was the top salesman for Sprint in Columbus, Ohio, for I think 3 months out of the 12. The year I was there, and then I learned. I went.
What year was that?
2000. You know, that was hot that time.
Dude,
Cell phones
so
were
these
flying.
people don't understand. People don't understand. It's a low wage minimum, or it's a low wage commission retail job now. But I sold Verizon and Altel and AT&T for 6 years of my life, starting in the early 2000s. Yeah. And I mean, you're talking.
We were balling, man. We were
10 phones a day, $200 per activation, dude. You're like, dude, I made $2,000 today. People have no clue how lucrative it was back in the day.
It was crazy.
Yep.
My best month was it had to be December 2000. It was Christmas 2000. I sold 170 phones. It was nuts. But okay, remember, so I didn't have the 100% commission. I had the salary plus small commissions, but you had to make the tiers, and that was my best. That was my best month in my life as an employee.
Yeah, I believe it.
So I realized then, I was like, okay, I got to get into a commission job. So,
yeah, it's sales. You don't have to have shit for training though. Do training on the job. They'll give you training to come work as long as you got a personality that you can talk to people and you're not afraid to ask for the close. Yep. They'll teach you how to sell. They'll put you through their training programs, and these companies know how to sell because that's.
It was I think Sprints was 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I
had a week with Nextel as well. I also did a Nextel training.
I went to Los Angeles for a month for training with AT&T.
Wow.
They went through a whole through the sales process. When someone has a problem, do the AER, accept that they have a problem, empathize with them, provide a solution, they had the most, and I'd been in sales jobs before that, and I'd been selling cell phones long before that, and that was probably the most in-depth sales
next training. Level, right?
Yeah, next level. Just selling home and auto and life insurance is easy now after what the crap that they made us do, and the tiers and the stuff and the hard sells they made us put on people.
Anybody who's in their 20s here, and if this world ever goes back to what it was, or close to it, and you want to learn the first step into being an entrepreneur, instead of jumping head first, go get a sales job.
Yep.
Go sell cars, man. I don't care. Go sell cars. Suck it up and make your $2 to $3 or $5,000 a month, depending on what the commission rates are, and go sell cars. My best training in sales was Volkswagen. I got that.
Really?
I got a master certification in Volkswagen. I was one of 100 people in the whole country, and I've owned 9 Volkswagens. I'm a VW guy. So and I loved it. The training, they fly me everywhere. I'd go to Philadelphia, I'd go down to Tampa. I loved it. And I tell people, if you want to start the entrepreneurial journey, that's the way to go. And obviously, I've worked myself now for a decade. But if you can land sales, you're set. That's the biggest step, because that's how you get over your fear.
It's true. And going back to making fun of these pickup artist peacocking son of a bitches that just fake as fuck, just taking gullible guys' money is all they're doing. But anyway, going to that degree, if any of you guys want the true secret to pick up women, don't be afraid to be rejected. It's a numbers game. You talk to enough of them, bound to get one that says yes. So it's really just a numbers game, and that's sales. Yeah. All it is sales.
Everything is sales. And I remember Anna telling my wife, she remember telling me when we first started our business, she goes, "Oh, I don't want to do the sales part. I can't sell." I said, "You can't sell? What do you mean? The first time you walked by me shaking that little booty, you sold me." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I was sold.
I was sold. Where do I buy? Women are the best salesmen because it's part of their thing. They're so good at attracting us. They peacock all day long. See, we don't normally peacock unless we're guys who go to the gym and we're flaunting our money. Guys do it different. We'll put rims on our cars. Simple stuff. Yeah. We don't know what we're doing, but that's actually just peacocking, right?
Yep, literally. Yeah, just trying to get attention, where the women naturally get that attention.
They got it naturally.
And not just that, but they're used to being the center of attention. So talking to anyone is not hard for them. Well, most of them. Obviously, they're still introverts and versus extroverts and things of that nature, but they get so much more interaction naturally than men do. It's sometimes forced with men, where women, it's a given that woman's going to be talked to, usually by a man.
Yep.
You've already got your foot in the door. And you don't even have to be a hot woman. You've got any kind of a personality. You can talk to, and you're not afraid to talk to guys. Like, you're gonna do well. You're gonna do well.
Yeah, you don't have to be that good looking.
Yeah.
Especially if you're, if the numbers are in your favor. Say you're a girl and you got 5 guys around. Guys, I don't know what it is. We're genetically predispositioned to want to be the top one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can't help it. I know Hexo talked about it in his show the other day in the Marines when he had 100 guys and 2 girls.
Yep,
and they weren't very good looking, he said. So
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
See, it's okay. Now I'm going to say it the other way. I've lived in Panama for a decade. I go out with my wife. My wife is sitting right there, and there'll be ladies winking at me. Look at me, dude. I'm 6'2", 300 pounds. I'm not the best looking guy in the world. But
I think you're pretty hot.
My wife is right there. No respect. They're just these chicks are hot. This is Panama. The Latinos got it. They know what they're doing. So no respect, man. They will try. Tell guys if they really want to meet a girl and they don't like to go through the games that we have to deal with in the U.S., then maybe come like I did.
Well, that's what cracks me up about he who shall not be named that keeps hating on our project. You live in an Asian country, bro. They flock to the white American dudes. Like, game isn't game over there, bro. You just have to show up. So,
it's pretty much how it is here too.
Yeah, and that's how it is in a lot of places outside of the United States. But
yeah, here it's just you have an American passport. So the thing is that there's things you have to learn, and one of them is that if your plans are not to go back to the U.S. like me, you got to tell the girl, like, look, if this is gonna be a serious relationship, I'm never moving back to the U.S. And I made that clear to Annabelle right off the bat, even like a couple months into our dating. I said, I hope you're not planning on going to the U.S. She goes, no, I don't want to leave my family. And so she knew that I was going to stay. I wanted to stay in Panama. So that ended up working out for us. We're leaving now after a decade. We're moving to Mexico now.
You're still not going to the United States, though.
No way. My for those of you in the audience who don't know how this shit works, my son is Panamanian, right? The U.S., they won't even let me travel to the U.S. with my son because I have to get him a U.S. passport in order to travel into the U.S. My wife went to get the paperwork, and she got her passport stamped, and she's approved to go to the U.S. But she also brought my son's passport. We applied the same day to ask to go to the U.S. They denied it, and they said because he's qualified for U.S. citizenship, and I have to file his U.S. citizenship papers and get him a U.S. passport before he can go into the U.S. I was so angry. I'm a veteran, and I served my country for 7 years, and I wanted to, because they only let one person in at a time. I'm not allowed to go in with her to the embassy.
Oh, really?
She could only go by herself. So I'm out in the truck waiting. She gets in the car. She goes, I have good news and I have bad news. She goes, good news is I'm approved. Bad news is little Maximus is not approved. So I was like, are you kidding me? So this whole plan, we spent all this money to get all this stuff done. I think it cost like $400 just for the appointments. And we just wasted money. Can't even go see my family. Can't do any of that. So
yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, it is really horrible. So now we refuse to get him U.S. citizenship. And people ask me why. And one is because of the taxation system. And the second one is when he turns 18, we have the law where we have to, for selective service. Yeah. For those of you who don't know what selective service is, it's when the government decides, like in Vietnam, where you have to serve. You have to put on the uniform. You have to go kill people without whether you like it or not. So, and I don't want him to ever have to deal with that because, like I said, this is a very volatile world right now. Yeah. And we don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years or 5 or even 6 months from now. Who would have guessed we'd be in the situation that we're in right now just 8 months ago?
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny you say that. It's the timing's really strange because my oldest son, we went and got him. He just turned 15. We just got him his passport today. Literally, just went and took photos and filled out all the applications.
Yeah,
and
the whole family. Are you getting the whole family their passports? Or
yeah, slowly but surely.
Get them done, because
I know
they built that wall for a reason. It's not for Mexicans to keep them out. It's to keep Americans in.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why. And I know it's not super popular among a large sect of the Hexicans, but I know there's I don't know if it's 40-50 or 40-60 or 50-50 or what it is, but I know there is a huge sect of Hexicans that are looking into this. But if you ever follow a guy named George Gammon, he looks at the macro, and he's an Act 2022 guy, which is now Act 60 in Puerto Rico. And that's why we're seriously looking at it, because being in anywhere in the Caribbean is your ticket to anywhere in the world. And that's what all the deca millionaires and 100 millionaires, they all have either yachts or boats of some sort, and they can island hop, and then they apply for citizenship in all of the Caribbean islands as well, because like Antigua is one of those that you get an instant an instant visa to 100 different countries just for showing up on their door.
Yep.
So so we're looking at that like, okay, maybe we don't live in Puerto Rico full time, but if we need to get out of the United States, if shit hits the fan, then at least we can get these young kids somewhere safe.
Yeah, and the thing is, people think they have to get passports. You don't have to. You can get residencies.
Yeah.
The one for Mexico, you just have to prove that you have a $1,500 salary per month, or you have to have about $30,000 in the bank.
Okay.
And you can get your permanent residency in Mexico, or actually it's temporary, but you can just keep applying for that.
Just keep reapplying for it.
Yeah, it's good for 4 years, and you have to keep reapplying every year, and then you get it after 4 years. So that's what we're doing. I've already got my Panama residency. I qualify for my passport and everything now, but through marriage, obviously. It's very difficult to get this in Panama if you're not doing it through marriage. But I'm not even bothering. I'm happy with residency. My lawyer's like, oh, it's going to be $3,000. And you're going to have more fees in the future. I'm like, look, I don't even know if I'm going to live here.
Yeah, I still want to go test the waters. That's the thing is, even Richard Hurt himself doesn't live in the United States. He's made that clear. And wealthy people figured this out a long time ago, and the rest of us are still trying to catch up. And those of us who aren't wealthy yet, a lot of us are only a hop, skip, and a jumping away from it. And we're starting to learn right now that you go where they want you. You go where people treat you the friendliest. And I'm telling you, the United States is not it, man.
Not anymore.
Especially California.
Not anymore. I don't even like traveling with my U.S. passport. I wish I could get the other ones. The Panama one, I can get it, but I won't even be here, and I won't be here to go to the appointments and do my tests. They make you take a test on the history of Panama, which I could probably pass, because I used to do tourism here, so I know a lot of stuff, But
that's cool.
I just don't know. I'm happy with residency, and we're looking at. I don't know if I ever talked about it on this show, but we're doing residency in Czech Republic. That's our plan, and Italy. So Italy, Czech Republic, and Mexico, and I think that's fine. And I
want to go to Italy, man?
Well, I have family history there. My family's from Chiavari, which is near Torino on the water, and I lived there for 3 years when I was in the Navy, so I speak pretty good Italian. I love the culture. They have some issues, but it's issues for people who are Italians. Yeah. Not so much issues for people that are residents or people who can leave at any time. So I always look at that kind of a thing too. The best part about it is that Panama has a treaty with Italy that anybody who is a Panamanian citizen automatically gets a permanent residency in Italy. They just have to prove that they have the means. I mean, when I say the means, I mean you have to have enough money in the bank, or you have to show that you have a good enough income, and that's not high at all. Yeah. People think it's a lot. I think it's like $5,000. So you show you have $5,000. So you might have to sell some crypto, put it into a bank account, get that screenshot, or get it apostilled or whatever you need to get it done. You take it to your Italian embassy and apply, and you're good. So
That's good, because I just know they're not as bad as Greece, but they're having some financial troubles as a country right now.
Absolutely, but that's also opportunity in my eyes. And you don't have to.
Good point.
I lived in Sicily, and for those of you guys who don't know Italy, the further south you go, the more corrupt and more backwards it is. So Sicily is a mess, and it's been a mess for a long time, but it's cleaning up. Calabria is also, you can buy cheap property in Calabria, beautiful homes for about $50,000-$60,000 on the water. Calabria is great, and when you see the movies about Italy, the food and everything, what you're seeing is Naples South. You're used. That's the whole culture you're used to, and
the Godfather.
That whole lifestyle. That's all Southern Italy. And my part, the part I like is Trieste, Venice, Piacenza, up north along the Austrian border, where it's much cooler, and the part of the Adriatic further up. And I really like that part. So that's what we're looking at. I know we've strayed far away from crypto tonight, guys, but
I think this is relevant though, guys.
You're gonna get wealthy. When you get wealthy,
you stake your hex. You get enough hex, and you stake it the right amount of days. And you do this smart, guys. The wealthy have been doing CD ladders for generations since it became a viable financial vehicle. And this is nothing new to wealthy people. And if you guys are doing this right and you're following the advice of what wealthy people do, and you're listening to at least the tidbits of what people are recommending, you guys will have these problems where you'll need to find a place in this world that wants you, that treats you well, and you will want to go there. And I'm telling you right now, America is not that place.
Let me tell you who I talked to. I've got a friend who's very, 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 very wealthy. He used to work with Peter Lynch before Peter Lynch started Fidelity, and he opened his own hedge fund. My buddy, and his son's one of my employees, and he comes down to Panama all the time because he's got his residency here. He owns a bunch of fruit farms and all kinds of stuff in the interior. A lot of rich people get into farming, and he's one of them. And I got him into crypto. I've got him a bunch of coins, and I'm actually talking to him tomorrow. I'm doing a Skype with him tomorrow, hopefully, and get him into Hex. So, these different things. This guy, every time he comes down, we have like a 2 to 3 hour dinner at a really nice restaurant. He takes my wife and I out, and he just lays down the knowledge. And I don't say much the whole time. He drinks.
Why would you?
Yeah, he drinks his 2 to 3 bottles of wine, and he just lays down the knowledge. So I listen. I just soak it all up. And
why wouldn't you, man? You got someone that's been there, done that. Yeah, why reinvent the wheel? Just do what he's telling you to do.
Just listen to other people. I grew up in an Italian family. Even though I've got a Polish last name, I grew up on my Italian side, and I don't know how many of you guys are Italians out there, but the kids don't speak unless spoken to. You don't say a word, or else you get the backhand, right? Yeah. So we couldn't even sit on the couch, right? We had to sit on the floor.
That's funny.
That's how strict it was with my household. So and I've just abided by that my whole life. If I feel like if I can't give knowledge to somebody, I'm just going to sit back and soak it up, and that's what I've done. So yeah.
I often will sit back, and especially when I'm in a new group of people, I'll sit back and not talk a whole lot. Kind of like I was on it almost looks like I'm apprehensive, like when I first started joining Discourse Syndicate, and I didn't really jump in much unless I felt there was some value that I could add to it. Because the last thing I wanted to do was just talk to hear myself speak. I felt if you're going to come on this show and you got something good to say, let's hear it, man. There's value to be had from that. If you just want to come flap your gums, then someone's going to end up calling you out eventually on it. But I'm the same way, man. If you're getting value and you're not sure you can add value to that conversation, why talk? Listen.
Yep. See, that was the opposite when I was in the military, because I just felt I was smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
And to this day, I was right. So I'm like, I've been sitting there a room with my flight surgeon because I was a corpsman nurse. So I'd be there with my flight surgeon, who's obviously a doctor, and he'd have his officer buddies in the office with us because we were the hangout spot, right?
Yeah.
all the pilots would come in. Let's go hang out with the docs, and we had a nice room with couches and stuff. So it was a chill spot. And I would sit and listen, and because I was the enlisted guy in the room, I wouldn't say much. I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot. Where did you learn that shit?"
Yeah.
I'm like, these guys, did they read anything? All they did was graduate college and went through ROTC or whatever and got their wings.
Yep.
And now I look back, they're not much different than me.
No, definitely not.
No, they just towed the line with, or they had daddy help them get into school in the ROTC program or something. And,
Yeah.
Unlike me, who came from just a lower middle class family and had to work to get where I'm at. Right.
Yeah. My dad used to lobby in Denver for the Chamber of Commerce back when it was a conservative organization, before it became the liberal. We want free work. We want low wages and foreign workers to come work for us. But he used to lobby for small businesses in the Denver area before Denver was near the size it is now. And so he had some links to some state and some not state level representatives, but also federal level representatives for Colorado. And I had some letters of recommendation to go to the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. And then I found partying and decided that was more important. So,
okay. So that sounds like Rich Dad Poor Dad again, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I didn't even think about that.
His rich dad had all the recommendations. He ended up going to Marine flight school and became an officer from out of Hawaii in the U.S. Marines.
Yep.
And so it's a very similar situation to you. So if you would have gone that route, you'd probably still just have the employee mindset today.
I'd probably be an employee for an airline somewhere, watching my pension die to zero.
Exactly. Hopefully my father doesn't watch this, but my father is a retiree from Kodak.
Okay.
I'm from Rochester, New York, and he served at the time they had to do 30 years, but he ended up doing extra. He got to 32. He was one of those lucky guys. Right when Kodak was falling apart, he would lose his position, and he called up his buddy and said, "Hey, come, let me go stack paper in your
division." Yeah,
just so he can get to the 32 years. And I had a call with him the other day, and I could tell that he's stressed. He's worried, even though my father's very wealthy now because my mom, she's got her pension from the state of New York and for being a professor, and so that they're okay, but they're still relying on their pensions.
Yeah,
and
that's scary right now.
Yeah,
that is scary. Those pensions have been robbed by Wall Street.
Yep. So my parents are divorced, and I have my stepmom, my father, and I have my mom and my stepdad, and all of them rely on their pensions.
Yeah,
and they all rely on the state of New York for their health care. Even though, so I told my mom, I'm like, "Mom, why don't you guys follow me and just come,
your money goes a lot farther down here."
Yeah, sell your house. Well, they should have sold their house a year ago. Everything was flying a year ago, and bounce and get out, because we've done all the research, and healthcare in Mexico, anywhere from $50 to $100 a month per person is your health insurance. That's nothing.
That's nothing. Well, that's what happens when you open up the market to true capitalists compete for everybody's business or fail trying. I mean, that's when you're not over-regulated like we are here, it's hard for newcomers to come into the market. It's hard to even pay for the regulation, let alone the litigation. On the doctor side, that a lot of people don't understand. The reason prices are so high is because a lot of people like to sue doctors when something goes wrong.
A lot, and the hospitals overcharge.
Yep. They have to keep this cash reserve for settlements. They have to. People don't understand that. If we would limit the liability of if you just signed a waiver like you could with anything else, that, hey, my doctor's going to try to the best of his ability, but if he screws up, it was totally an accident, not malicious, not intended. Man, you would see our prices drop to a quarter to what they are right now.
Oh, okay. So I got to tell you, I got a good story for this. So I broke my wrist. I had a tragic hammock accident.
Go on.
My hammock I had it about 3 feet off the ground. When I'm laying in it, I had it really high, and my the rope that I had it tied up with snapped, and the floor below me was concrete. I came down and I snapped my wrist. Right. This was 2014 or something like that. So I had to go to the hospital, and the hospital near where I used to live was the public hospital. So they took the x-rays, they set my wrist and all that kind of stuff. And that cost $7. here in Panama.
$7.
$7. And I'll never forget the story. So I came back the next day to see the orthopedist, the public hospital, and to get my permanent cast. So, you know, I'm a nurse, so I know the deal. I know what's going to go on. So we get in there, and I'd never been to a socialized medicine healthcare facility where I was the patient. I used to work at the VA, so I know how that works.
So you know what it is on the other side.
Yeah. But I'd never been in the position of being a patient, especially in a foreign country, socialized medicine. And there was 300 people waiting.
Ooh.
And they all got like 2 minutes with the guy. And he had an assistant, and he had his people that were, you know, doing the treatments. And I had to wait. My appointment, I got there at 7:30 in the morning. My appointment was at 1 p.m. in the books. And I said, I can't do this, babe. I said, we got the money. Let's just go to a private clinic. So she's like, okay. So I went to the private clinic for $250. I got the newest style cast with a fiberglass, and I got to see the doctor 3 times over the next 2 weeks.
And it was done.
And it was done.
People don't understand that. So I've got I've got an appointment to get my haircut tomorrow at the barber shop. They're reopened in my area, bro.
Nice.
So the guy that, not the guy that usually cuts my hair, but the other guy, if he's too busy, he's from Puerto Rico. And so he and I have a lot of conversations because I've been to Puerto Rico twice over the last 3 years.
I lived there for 3 months.
Yeah, okay. And so you're very familiar with it too then. And so he and I have conversations. His dad lives on the south side, the desert side of the island. And he has to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning when he needs to go to the VA and try to be there by 4. It's an hour ride on the bus. Be there by 4 so he can be seen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
It's insanity. Yep. I would tell you some great stories of the VA. I only lasted there a month and a half before I went back to private healthcare. But I don't want the U.S. government to come find me and arrest me. So I got some great stories in my 6 weeks at the VA.
Yeah, I'll bet you do, man. I'll bet you. And so my whole family's military, except for my dad, my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, and so it's great if you just got a cold and you just need to go get your prescription. The VA is great.
Or once you're in the system, all you have to do is get your prescriptions.
Yeah, absolutely.
To that point is hell.
So she can call up and say, "Hey, I think I've got a cold." Have the registered nurse or the physician's assistant look at her, write her a script, and it's done. I mean, it's super easy, simple, nice. But you have a complication where you need surgery. You're gonna wait 6 to 9 months, and then even then, it's not going to go as planned. Almost never.
And they'll deny you over everything. When I was in Sicily, when I was stationed there, I was in the old Flightline clinic on the old Italian Air Force base. And the clinic was so small that they put me in the garage. I was in charge of I was in aviation medicine. So all we did was hearing tests,
vision
tests and all that kind of stuff. So that was my department. I was the LPO there, and I was there for almost 3 years. But my desk faced the wall. It was a garage, so it was just a tin wall, and on the other side was the flight line. And the Italians used to test their old starfighter aircraft. There's single fuselage with a rocket in it. They had these little tiny wings. I don't know if you know what it's from the 50s or something like that. And they used to test them right next to my desk. And, it was all after our physicals were done for the morning. They always tested them in the afternoon. The things were so freaking loud. And the other one was the APUs. I don't know if people don't know about aviation, but the alternative power unit. It's called APU.
So it's what runs when they're parked, so that they can fire the jets up right away. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with what an APU is, and
they whine like. They get this whining noise for hours on end. So my right ear, I can't hear shit, man.
Really?
The high frequency sound stuff, I can't hear anything. So when I got out of the Navy, I tried to get my disability for hearing loss, and it was a 15% disability. For those of you who don't know, 15%. When if you're making $1,500 in the military, it's about what I was making as a salary back in the 90s. I think it would have been what, 200
$300
a month
or
something like that.
$300 a year or something,
Or a month,
yeah,
right?
a month.
So I tried, and they denied me twice, and I just gave up. So many people just give up. They don't even try to fight it, because you don't want to go sit for hours on end in the VA, go through all this stuff, get poked and prodded, and then just get denied. So I didn't want to do all that stuff anymore. So no, thank you.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Okay,
I guess.
So let me tell you the cost of living in Mexico. For those of you guys who want to know, I know there's a lot of Americans who are looking to move south. Man, if you do get your residency, which only costs a small amount of money, you could live between $1,000 to $2,000 a month. $1,000 if you don't need to have live in the most amazing area. I don't even recommend getting a car. Just a lot of these cities are totally walkable. Querétaro, San Miguel de Allende, Merida, wherever it is, over by Cancun.
Yeah.
Uber it. Just use Uber when you have to go out, right? Or get a bicycle. So, I tell people, look, between $1,000 and $2,000, most people can figure that out. I don't know why more people aren't pursuing it. I think they're just scared.
Yeah, man, I'm not. I know, like, there's a lot of third-party companies that will go after those disability benefits for you on your behalf, but then you have to pay them buco bucks to do it. So the guy that was going to come sell insurance with me, he just got 100% disability, PTSD after being a Marine in Afghanistan. Finally got it done, but he had to pay this company like $7,600 to get the disability that the United States military finally decided he was entitled to.
That's insanity. But anyway, I don't know what rank he was when he was in the military. If he was a E3, he's probably making $1,000 a month, $1,100 a month.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't even.
They're taking 6 months. They're taking 6 months of money, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's unfortunate, man. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. It's a time-honored tradition in our family, and I screwed up the lineage. So,
hey, lucky you.
Yeah,
I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the one that tells all my family members, "Don't do it."
Yeah.
My cousin just joined the Marines recently, about a year and a half ago, and when he came home from boot camp, I was the guy in Facebook like, why did this happen? If he would have, I said, if he would have talked to me, there's no way he would have joined.
Yeah. You didn't do your research, bro.
You didn't call your cousin. What the hell?
Yeah.
The guy who spent 7 years. My brother did 12 as a Navy chief. He was in what's it called? Cryptography. Not our style of cryptography.
Yeah.
Breaking code and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my other cousin, he was also a Navy chief who just retired after 20. So yeah, we got a tradition of the Navy in my family, but I don't recommend anybody does it.
Yeah. The only time I've seen it really be an opportunity for people in the future is either in the aviation side or in the Air Force, and that's usually after going to the academy. Actually, one of the wealthiest guys I know, there's like a multi-level marketing company type structure for life insurance out there called National Agents Alliance, and there's a guy that runs a team. He's got like 20 teams that are all 100 deep, and the guy doesn't even sell insurance anymore, and he makes, I don't know, somewhere between $5 and $7 million a year just recruiting people to adding them to the right teams. And he's all 20 years retired, Air Force, came out of the academy, and there's a few guys I know, and they're either out of the Air Force or they're somewhat in aviation, like Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah. I was too, aviation medicine.
I
got my degree in professional aeronautics out of Embry-Riddle, which is the premier aviation university.
I was going to say it is the premier.
Yeah, and I got my aviation safety undergrad. So, I did all that and never used it because when I got out, I realized that government jobs don't pay anything. I was like, what am I go work for the FAA, make $30,000 a year living in DC? What am I going to do? Live under a box?
Yeah. live in someone's basement.
Yeah. Because even when, okay, this is another reason why I left the VA, is they hired me as a GS7, and they told me they would, after 2 years, I can get up to a GS9. And I did the math on it, as a private healthcare, working in private hospitals or the Catholic hospitals I worked with in New York, I made twice as much money.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, I didn't know that my income was going to be so low. I didn't realize my checks were going to be so low. And after a couple of checks, I'm like, dude, I'm working twice as hard, making half the money. I'm going back to private. Who cares about 13 years of work to get my retirement? I need the money now.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why I couldn't do it.
I'm not super surprised by that, man. Not surprised at all by that. Yeah, that's there's a few people I know that were working for the VA that once they wise to it, they went into private practice and realized, oh, there's money. There's actually money here.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm telling you, okay, let's circle back. Sales guys.
Yeah.
Go into sales. Get Robert Kiyosaki's books. He also has a book called Sales Dogs, where he matches you up like what kind of dog you are. I know it's kind of funny, but
that is kind of funny.
Yeah, like there's pit bulls, there's chihuahuas, there's golden retrievers, there's basset hounds. Because your pit bulls are really aggressive, type A personality salesmen. You got your chihuahuas, which are the guys who are number crunchers, who who are really good at the getting into the details. I never like those kind of salespeople because most customers don't like those kind of salespeople.
Yeah.
They're like, those are the guys that you come into a car dealership, they're like, this engine has 220 horsepower and the brakes are 12 inches in diameter. Those are the people that nobody wants to listen to, because that's not what sells things. It's emotion and relationships.
Yep.
And those
features,
kind of
benefits, and emotion.
Yeah. So I was always the basset hound / golden retriever type, because I make friends with everybody. I continually, even in crypto to this day, I use my relationships. I leverage my relationships. And I'll do, for somebody, I may have done something to them 4 years ago. I have no problem private messaging them and say, hey, it's Randy. I see that you know this person from this project. Could you put me in touch with them? And 9 out of 10 times they're going to do it, because I never screwed anybody over. I've always, I've worked with some shit projects, but that happens, man. When you're in this business, sooner or later it's going to happen. And and the other one's golden retriever, where you try to be friendly with everybody. You try not to dick anybody over. And let's talk about I didn't see the live stream, but I keep hearing the things about the live stream that are happening recently with the people you're talking about. That is how you burn your bridges. That is the opposite of what I'm doing. You'll never see me go on a live stream or a video or even write a blog post where I'm going to trash talk somebody. Because we are in an industry, and the internet, the way it's made is that everything is archived.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
What we say today is stamped forever. I'm anarcho-capitalist. I'm anti-government. I'm anti-kids join the military. I'm anti-war. I'm doing a lot, but I'm clear about that. So people who get to know me, they have to deal with that shit. Either you like that part about me or you don't.
So you mean me and the dude I was just talking about, we're not going to be doing any projects together anytime soon?
Yeah, I don't think you will be.
Damn it.
Or with me, because what'll happen is, if I make it public that I'm working with somebody, this has happened in the past, somebody will message me like, I can't believe you're working with him, or working with that person. I'll be like, why? And then they'll just dump it.
Yeah. So
they'll be dumping
along those lines. Oh, exactly. Along those lines, there was one particular guy that being a dick on Hexo's chat. And it's like, dude, you don't even know the whole story. You're talking out of your ass. I love this guy. He's got the funniest commentary. I hope he comes around later. I really hope he does. But it was like, dude, you don't understand. The guy you're attacking isn't the guy that's the culprit of this right now. And just because Litecoin Moses, Hex Jesus, Dollar Cost Crypto has been buddies with this guy for years, don't throw Hex Jesus under the bus, or me, because you think I didn't say my piece, which I got on the show late. I didn't even know what the conversation was about when I got on. I had other family arrangements. I didn't even watch the show that Hexo was tearing into him about. I still to this day haven't seen it. So I don't even know what they said about Hexo and the Hex project. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I show up, he calls me a pussy because I didn't say anything. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. How am I going to say anything? And then I come to find out I did some talking in the background, and Cultivate Crypto and I, we discussed at length after the stream on Friday for about an hour after the stream. And Charlie is his name. He tried not to be part of any of that at all. He's the same as you. He doesn't want to burn bridges, doesn't want to be that guy. It was the other guy that was acting the jerk, the other guy that was acting the asshole. And to be honest, I think that guy did it on purpose because I think he likes the drama and the clicks and the follows that come with the drama. That was I think that's his, even today, that's still his goal, his aim.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's just jealous that Richard was better at the pickup artist game than him. I don't know. I have no idea what the deal is on that, but I just wish other people in the community would just slow their roll, just realize, hey, it doesn't help to burn these bridges because he's got a following and it's bigger than most of the people's followings here in the Hexican community. And it'd be really nice for them to point some people back to us and say, you know what? I'm not a full-time Hexican, but I own some coins. And this community is really cool. Or we can just be the assholes that runs everybody off. So I hope everybody will take their time to sit back and slow their roll and relax. Calm down. Has that person wronged you personally? If not, okay. You know what? People can realize they were wrong. Richard realized he was wrong about ETH. He's flipped his position on it. He still keeps all of the publications that he wrote talking about what crap ETH was. He keeps those up so people can still look at them. And so hopefully you guys can adjust your worldview and allow others to adjust their worldview as they come around to new information too.
Yeah, man, if you try to go back and you try to delete your history, it looks less authentic. I mean, I admit there's some projects that I worked with. Names won't even come right now. That's how bad they were.
It'll be after you get off the stream. You'll be like, oh,
because I worked with so many during 2017.
Yeah,
and early 2018, that I actually went back and I deleted my articles about them because either I didn't get paid or their coins went to zero. So I deleted the articles. I understand doing that, but that's
a little different ghosting.
Yeah, because back then I just kept all my stuff on. I didn't publish them on a blog that was Google News like I do now. When I write an article for Crypto Daily, that's set in stone.
You're not getting rid of that.
No. So I'm careful what I write. But back then it was just either my personal blogs or on Steemit and things like that. And Steemit is really cool because everything's still on the blockchain. So if people did a really good search, they can actually get those articles that I wrote from 2016 and 2017. Which isn't a problem, but if you just do the search for the article itself, I wipe the articles. I just delete all the content, but they're still on the blockchain.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. That's why I love crypto social media. You can't erase everything.
Yeah.
So I'm outgoing, or I'll tell people about that. That's not a problem. So, geez, I can't remember. They're called Consensus now. They're the ones that went up against. They launched their coin and then. Kodak came out with their crypto.
Oh, yes.
Right in the middle of when we were doing the ICO for them. And they ended up raising a good amount of money. I think they raised like 12 million. So that they did good. My company, my partners and stuff, we did it for them. And they're called Consensus, but I can't remember what it was during the Copytrack.
Okay.
The only reason why I did that ICO, we were in Portugal at a Steam conference called Steam Fest 2, and the guy came up to me and he knew me from Steemit, and he's like, hey, this German company, I'm here at the conference and I see that I found out you were here and we want to know if you could help us with our ICO because we know you've done a bunch of other ICOs. So and Anna's the one that introduced him to me, so it's all Anna's fault.
Blame it on the wife, bro.
Yeah. And I ended up, and it was crazy, is that I ended up not making anything off of it. So that's the craziness of crypto. You think everything's going good, and that was the last ICO that we did in 2018, and everything just crashed after that. So,
oh man, okay, gotcha. Yeah, there was a lot of that, wasn't there?
Oh man, dude. So many, but one of them's coming back to life that I did. It was Mandala Exchange. They're going to be a U.S. centric exchange, and I got a call from the people from the team the other day. They're like, "Hey, Randy, we got a bunch of coins for you." I'm like, what? and we're bringing the exchange back to life, and we know we owe you some money. And I'm like, really? Oh, cool.
Yes, you do. I remember that. Yeah.
that was 2 years ago, but I'm happy to. I said I'll even write an article for you guys when you launch, just so to let the world know that you're resurrected from the dead. Because a lot of people talk shit, saying that they were dead and it was a scam and all that, but they're actually doing something, and I'm very proud of them that they actually.
Did you tell them that they can go ahead and trade those for Hex and send the Hex over?
I'm trading mine for.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that might not be right away, but as the price climbs, I'll definitely make that flip. Especially if it's before BPD. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, dude, BPD is 60 days. What is it? How many days left?
It's day 289 right now.
So we got,
I think,
61 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe this is happening.
I know, we're so close.
Man, and how many people are staked right now? What's the percentage? Like 13.
It was like 14.4 last I checked. I don't know how you and I are streaming right now because I have completely lost internet connection. So
really?
it's the weirdest thing. I have no idea how you and I are talking right now. But
let me see
as long as I can stay connected to StreamYard, the show should still be able to see all of us. But I can't see the show, and I can't even pull anything up to Google it right now.
Well, I can see the guys talking.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're still.
They're all talking about uni. Last I checked, all talking about the gas fee to claim their uni.
Oh, I claimed mine. I think it was like $3.69, something like that.
So you just went straight into I clicked the claim now, and it didn't pop up anything. It didn't give me the screen that.
It didn't tell you that. Well, you have to be in your wallet.
I was logged into my MetaMask when I did it.
Oh wow. Well, Into the Fire says we're at 13.99% staked.
13 So we've even dropped since last I checked. So
keep dropping.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I am okay.
I'm selfish now. When I first got into Hex, I never imagined that I would be able to get to the dabbing dolphin level. Actually, I didn't know anything about the levels when I first started. Right, I wrote the first article like a day before Hex launched. Right.
Yeah.
And I put that on Crypto Daily, and I bought for the first week or so. My biggest day was the first day. Then I kept chopping up my ETH smaller amounts to get in for the first 5 or 6 days, and I did nothing for a month. Right. And then this stupid lockdown happened. This illegal lockdown of healthy people. Which I just got out of. They just ended it as of Monday. So I've been in lockdown for 6 months. So Hex became my passion during these 6 months, and I've really latched on. I was watching Hexologist every night, and I'm very excited. Yeah. So that's how I got back into it, and I started buying, and that's when it was peaking up. It was.
Oh, that's perfect timing, man.
No, actually, it was a bad time because
it was bad. Because it had already peaked. You didn't get the bottom then.
My worst purchase was 1 ETH at 56,000. So that was pretty high, right? But as I've been DCAing the whole way back down, and now last week I did a stake and I got to dabbing dolphin, and now I just did another huge stake today. I took my first day Hex and a couple of my other smaller stakes from the beginning, and I end staked them early.
Okay.
And then I did 2 of those today, and I restaked them out for 55.55. So now my amount of the shares keeps increasing. So it's possible that I make it to Shark after a big payday. Maybe I'm looking at the math, and it's totally possible with all these people that their end stakes are ending, that my stakes now is an average of almost 7 years. So it's totally possible because
nice.
Because I didn't put as much money as other people did. Actually, I did. I put the same amount in, right?
Yeah.
But I just did it at the wrong time. So in order to make up for it, I had to go much longer stakes.
Longer stakes to get those shares to get that rank.
Yeah.
When I completed my, because I didn't I had all of my stuff ready to expire on day 339 so I could claim at 340, try to front run new shares before 350, and still give myself plenty of time, especially if I forgot it a day or something, and still get it in place before it rolled over to big payday. And then I realized, dude, I'm missing out. There's a lot of shares right now. The share rate's going up. Go get it now. So, and I was a squid at the time, and then I restaked them out to 15 years, laddering larger stakes up front and tapered down to lower stakes the longer it went out. And now I'm dabbing dolphin, and I'm looking at it now going, yeah, I could probably get to shark too. We'll see after big payday. We'll see.
Just look at all the stakes that are coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably 1 billion hex that are coming out, or a couple more than that, maybe a couple billion that are coming out within the next couple days after big payday.
Yeah.
So and they have to restake, and that's just going to push us way up the charts.
Yep. And not only that, but I'm like sitting there going, is it possible we get to 5% of the supply stay only 5% by big payday? Because that whole whale status might be possible.
For some people it will. I don't think it will be for me, but I'll definitely make it to shark if that happens.
Yeah.
That'll be a no-brainer. But the thing is, though, I don't think the big payday coins count as shares.
No, they don't. They don't, because it's paid as interest. So
right. So that's not
the share rate. But the share rate goes up exponentially after big payday. So as everybody starts coming back into the pile to stake, they've got to pay so much more hex for the same amount of shares, or push them out so much farther for the same amount of shares that if you've already got 15-year stakes, you're good.
Children of the Grave says, "Hey, I'm dabbing dolphin too. What are we going to call our pod?"
That's right. What do we call our pod?
I think it's quite possible. We have to make that clear that we're talking about the share rate here, and that's what's going to push us up. It's not our big payday coins.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely, that's a great point especially for newcomers that might be catching the show right now. That share rate, but that does determine our payout in hex down the road. So the more shares you got, the bigger percentage of that inflation you get, the greater return, the interest rate on your coins, guys. So
yeah, I still have one more coming out before big payday that I only staked for, like, it comes out 10 days before big payday.
Yeah.
And that one, I told my wife when I originally did it, I said, look, I'm gonna buy this one, and then if the price goes to 3 cents, when people who shall not be named were saying that we'd probably go to 3 cents or something.
Yeah.
I said, you know what, we'll stake this one for 10 days before big payday, and maybe we'll sell that one, and that'll pay for
everything.
Yeah, it'll pay for a nice trip, or that kind of thing. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen now, so I'll just take that, and I'll stake that one out really long as well.
There you go.
And that'll help my share rate, my amount of shares too. So
yeah, absolutely.
Let's see anything. Yeah, so there's a lot of I think most of us, I was a squid up until a week ago, so I think most of us are either squids or dolphins.
I'm not gonna lie, man. The lowest day, what was it, January 4th or 5th or whatever? It wasn't a full ETH, but I got millions that day. Let's just say that. Well, I would have if I would have put in a full ETH, but I still got like a portion of an ETH in there, and I got paid out fat on that day. So I got lucky that I just happened to put in that one, because I didn't dollar cost every day like so many people did. I actually decided, after listening to one of Richard's streams, he was talking about, I don't understand why people are dollar cost averaging. If the price is going up every day, you should just buy it while it's cheap now. And I took that to heart, and so I did, and I went all in early. I dollar costed for a little while, and then I went all in early. So
oops, that happens. Yeah. For me, it was, I had a chunk of crypto, and I had a choice between Epic Cash, which is a project I helped do their launch last year, and they're the Mimble Wimble coin that I was discussing. Yeah. And the founder had a mental breakdown in September, right after launch, and he was hospitalized for like 6 weeks, and so the whole project kind of fell apart during that time. And I was buying when the price was like 80 cents, and then 70, then 60, then 50. And I was putting all my crypto into this project. And when it got down about 30 cents, I say, you know what? It doesn't look like he's going to recover very quick, so I'm going to let this thing tank. I'm not going to buy any more. And it went all the way down to $0.015.
Ooh.
Right? So I backed up the truck at $0.015. So that was that early January period where I could either go into HEX. This is before I met Hexologist or started watching the show, and I was still a lone ranger out here just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And so I had my choice of going into Epic Cash or going into HEX. And at the time I went into Epic Cash, and then Epic Cash recently went up to 71 cents. So I did very well. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't do as good as about like you guys. The guys got in at day 25 to day 35. Okay, so if I got say it was 2 cents on average and it went up to 60, so that's a 30x, right?
Yes.
Hexers did 116x.
Yeah.
Oh man, can you imagine? But the problem is, if you stake, you're not selling. I'm 100% staked.
You didn't sell it, but you didn't sell when it was 116x.
No, but I did sell some of my Epic Cash because, dude, it's so when something is liquid, and you're up that much, you're like, man, my initial investment, all I have to do is sell 10,000 coins to get my initial investment out, and I still have 90,000 or something like that. You do it because you're like, screw it, I got all my money back. Now it's casino money.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but with HEX, we can't do it. If I share my screen, which I can't, I'm not gonna do it but if I could, people ask, like, one of the things that for people like me, people don't trust people like me because I've been in crypto so long. They think we're all traders, right?
Yeah.
But I'm 100% staked, and I plan.
Well, I learned from 2017. I'm a hodler, man, and that's where all the value is. Holding and not selling, man. That's the people that really make the money in this space. So
yeah, dude, I'm done getting wrecked.
Yep.
I've had 7 BTC lost days on BitMEX. This is prior to the run up. This is back when Bitcoin was $400 to $1,500, and
didn't hurt as bad.
It didn't hurt as bad back then, but there's been days where I felt like crying myself to sleep, and that's because I didn't know I was a rookie. I didn't know how to use stop losses properly. I didn't know all that kind of stuff. You know what? But now I don't have to worry about that kind of trading. And
that's what got me so involved in this, because I was like, after 2017, after getting wrecked, I said, I'm done. I'm never doing this again. And then he decided to change the project from CFD to the HEX token, the Bitcoin HEX at the time, and then started talking a little bit about how it worked. I was like, okay, I'm following. I'm subscribed. I've got all the notifications on for all the Richard Hart stuff. Maybe I'll sell my bags that died to nothing, almost nothing, and get in on this project. And the more he talked, the more I fell in love with it. So I was waiting for day one to happen, like waiting for day one. So I was a day one FOMO guy, and I just saw so much merit to the project, and not having to be a trader, not trying to time the top, because I'm not doing that anymore.
No way, man. No way. I wasn't listening to someone like Richard back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I tuned out Richard a long time ago when he was a maximalist. I tuned out all maximalists, and there's a coin in particular that you made me think of that I got really wrecked on. It was VeChain.
Oh yeah.
I was buying VeChain. I think. I can't remember when it happened, but I put a large chunk of funds into VeChain in early 2018. It had to be March.
Okay.
Because they were. This is after everything started going back down, but it looked like it was a good deal, and I didn't know anything about market cycles at the time. Even though I had been through the 1,000 when Bitcoin went from 1,000 down to 250.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got into Bitcoin when it was going back up, and I got in right around $400. But I didn't understand market cycles. I didn't understand that shit. So I saw VeChain. I thought was a good price because it was coming off that Bitcoin was down already about $4 or $5 grand at the time. I was okay. Maybe we'll head back up now. And I put a bunch of money into it. Man, dude, I watched that money evaporate.
Really?
just evaporate. It's like every couple of days, okay, you're down more, another 5%, another 5%. But dude, I was like, what the hell, man? I just made all this money from 2017. And now I'm wrecked. And that was hard. And I want to say that right now I'm on Nomics. I use the Nomics app on my phone. It's amazing, guys. HEX is ranked number 27. And we got an 823.2 million market cap. Oh, just went up, 823.4. And VeChain is 815.72. So we just passed VeChain. So very cool stuff because VeChain's one of the darlings of crypto, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And so we're over them now. And behind us is VeChain, UMA, which I've never heard of, then Aave, which is Lend.
Yep.
Lend is very popular right now. That's another one I actually bought into their ICO.
Did you? And that's a good one to have bought into the ICO.
I got it at a penny and sold everything at 12 cents. It was a good one.
And then what now?
62.5 cents. Then IOTA, and can you believe we are past Dash? Dash is 32.
Yeah.
Hex is 27 ranked. That is so amazing that we passed Dash.
That is so cool.
We're past Ethereum Classic. We've passed Zcash. I mean, these are all 2017 names that were in the top 10.
Yeah.
Or close to it. What the heck, man? This is amazing. And I believe that Hex hasn't even gotten started.
Isn't that so cool? I love it. I love it to death.
So you told me about a coin the other night that we won't say the name of it.
Yeah.
But what happens if people, because they haven't done the snapshot yet, supposedly, of the Hex blockchain, what happens if people start FOMOing just to get that coin for free? I wonder if there's a possibility of that happening, because that happens a lot when people are.
Yeah.
So they say that there's a snapshot coming up on, say it's the 16th today. Say that they say there's a snapshot on October 1st. That's going to cause a bunch of people to come in and buy Hex to get the free token.
Even if it's just temporary.
Yeah, even if it's just it'll cause our price to go up. So for those that are traders, that might be a trading opportunity. The buy the rumor, sell the news type of trading opportunity.
Yep.
Even with Hex, but hell, it's cool that we're getting free coins. Thank you for the heads up on that. I'll dump, and I'll give you some more.
That's right. Well, that 400 uni right now is worth $1,200 USDC.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I'm on freaking Uniswap right now.
No.
400 uni for $1,200.42 for USDC. No. I'm not kidding you. And I'm like, man, that's a great Hex buy opportunity right now.
You're lying. Please tell me.
Dude, I am not. Check this out, bro.
Oh, I know. I'm already on here, man.
Okay.
Uni?
I was going to say, I mean, I will gladly share this screen real quick so you can see. Oh, it went down to 1149. I'm sorry. It was 1200 just a second ago.
Some bitch.
Did you sell yours already?
No. Oh man, dude, you had me. I was gonna go dance around the room because I love when that kind of stuff.
I don't have the 1 inch on this. Let me change the swap list on this because I'm wondering if it knows by your browser, because I have a totally different computer that I was doing the Uniswap trades on, and it's not showing up on this one. So I'm a little pissed off it's not letting me claim my free tokens.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not giving me the option at all.
No, you can't. It's not. I don't know why. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. But $1,200, I'm like, what?
There is a liquidity pool. Look at that. From uni to Hex.
Wow.
That's 500,000. You guys, any of you guys who got free uni tokens, that's almost 500,000 Hex you can claim for right now.
What? How come I can't see the uni, man?
I don't know, man. Well, I went back into Uniswap here, the blog, the .org blog, and I copied the uni contract address and pasted it in there. I pasted it up here in the address.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys, 500,000 Hex, guys, for free. Now's the time. Now is the time.
Me? So this is going to go down in history when the two of us are doing this on live stream. Hey, everybody, I don't mind getting a little commission for this.
Yeah.
If you'd like to send me some coins.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Where's I'm looking for the contract address because I have the article up. There it is.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's based on your browser cookies because I don't know if I did with this wallet. I traded on this computer, but I've got this same wallet on another computer, and I'm like half tempted to run to my office right now and see if it shows up on that browser because I'm like $1,200 worth of free hex is looking kind of good right now.
Yeah, heck yeah. Oh my God.
Yep.
Let me see here. I'm doing it live at the moment. Okay.
Okay.
Transaction fee $9.58. I hope I have enough ETH in there. I think I do.
I don't want to show you guys all my ETH address. It just dropped. It's 505,000 hex now.
Yep.
Dude, okay, I'm a little pissed. It's not giving me my free uni.
Come on, yeah.
I've used this several times before. In the last, well, shoot, forever. I've done some trades on uni here.
Huh. Let's see if it works. Let's see what the guys are saying in the 400 for link again, every address, right? But if I only use Uniswap once for 100 times, same unity is what I'm asking. Massive airdrop from Uniswap team for everyone interacted. Yeah. So everyone it looks like everybody got 400 guys. And you just have to go in and claim them. The address is in that article. Here, let me post the article for everybody. Dang. Where's the man. There it is. Okay. Everything's in this article, guys.
Yeah, it's all in here. I'm reading it right now. I know that doesn't make for great content. I'm sorry, guys, but you guys can all suck it for a minute. So
yeah, we're getting like $2,000.
Yeah, exactly. $1,200 worth of crypto for free.
This is going to go down in classic where these guys they made money right online.
Literally,
it just dropped to 467,992 for the hex.
You know, I'll still take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I never got that cool little box that they're showing in this thing here. Claim uni has arrived. Claim your uni tokens. That's not giving me that. Not in this browser anyway.
So bizarre. You know, the one thing I've loved about crypto ever since I got into it is that how many times I've gotten free money. Yeah,
good point.
It's you wake up one day like, hey, there's a free claim here. Why don't you jump in and get it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I never had the blockchain wallet, blockchain.io wallet until they were giving away $25 worth of free Stellar. And I'm like, sure, why not? What's 2 minutes worth of work and you didn't even have to KYC it?
My wife did that. My wife's got hers. I never did it.
You never did it?
No, Anna did hers. I just after a while, some of those airdrops were just worth nothing, right?
Yeah.
Byteball did a huge airdrop on Steam, but you only got 50% up front. You had to wait a year for the other 50%.
Gotcha.
And the day I got it, it was like $50 worth, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be one of these guys that dumps. Well, everyone else dumped, and the price went down to like $16. I'm like, so I didn't even bother. I'm like, that stinks. All right, so do you want to end this live stream? I mean, $2,000 is $2,000. You want to end this live stream? Go take care of that.
Is that what it is right now? $2,000?
I don't know. Put it in the numbers. It's I just want the 554,188 hex.
Maybe it's a good thing that I held off on claiming it. I want to know in the chat, guys. Everybody in the chat, please tell me: are you guys how many of you guys were able to claim? You have to check separate browsers. And are you guys trading for hex right now? Because I think you're morons if you're not. Just saying. Just saying. So give me 1 second because I'm gonna. I want to be able to yell on stream that I got mine claimed.
Yeah, release the Kraken.
I can't, man. I don't have access to to his logins for the actual Dlive. It's all done through Restream. And I can't even get into Restream right now, so it wouldn't let me rename the episode either.
Oh.
All crap. But we do need to pick some names, though. Oh, okay. There she blows.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hey, have you been following what's going on, man?
What happened?
If you've ever used the Uniswap exchange, they're giving you 400 tokens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was getting so
dollar cost. I don't know if you've been on there today, but right now it is worth approximately $1,200. That 400 tokens.
Wow.
And you can trade it for 500,000 hex right now.
Live on stream. Mine's still
live on stream.
Okay, wait, hold up. Let me go on Uniswap right now.
Yeah! All right, I'm claiming it.
You got it.
Yes. Just made a quick 12.
So what do you have to what do you have to do? Just
you have to claim it. That take the article. Oh, let me put the article in here for you. Here in StreamYard. This is the article. This is where you're going to find the contract address.
Okay.
And this is where you're going to find the claim. The claim is at the bottom, near the bottom of the article. It's above the images. It's the link is just colored text. You'll find it. Click on that, and then you have to claim your tokens first, and then you go to Uniswap, and you have to put in the contract address in Uniswap because it's not actually in the dropdown yet. Okay. So you have to put the contract address to do it.
So it's the time lock, and that's the address. So I just click on that address basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I guess it's worth it. It's a $17 gas fee right now, but I guess it's worth it for $1,200. So
I'm just lucky I put some ETH in my account today.
Yeah, so you have it now.
Yeah,
$17.15 for regular transaction speed.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the approval. You know, it's still says pending.
I've been getting a lot of free tokens lately, dude. God damn! I mean, for real. Like from the Rari token to this, I got a bunch. I had some people send me some other coins as well. Like, damn, it's some serious change. People give it. I mean, dude, and this, I've been saying this for a minute. That I'm just surprised it happened now. I literally thought this was going to happen on V3 for Uniswap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but so I've been seeing this. Like basically, what's been right now, we're in a pool wars, essentially.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys! Steph said he got 8,000 uni.
What?
Because he was a liquidity provider. Anybody who's a liquidity provider got a whole bunch more coins.
Dude, you're kidding.
Are you kidding me? That's like 3 or 4 million hex. Maybe even more than that.
8,000 divided by 400 is 20 times 1,200 is $24,000 Steph got for being a liquidity provider.
Some bitch.
Yes, this is my favorite stream of all time. Sorry, Dollar, you didn't make it sooner. But this will be archived forever in history as the day thousands of dollars were earned amongst Hexicans.
Well, my 400 right now is going to give me 588,120 hex. But
hey, there we go.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, let's see if it happens. I mean, it's still pending. It still could fail. So
my uni, I'm claiming it right now. Thank you so much for telling me that.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
ETH participating. Yeah. So what I've been noticing is that Sushi, the Tron ones, Polkadots with their OM, which is like Mantra DAO, and all these like, you know, Sushi Swap and all these other bullshit tokens and stuff have been essentially, people have been taking their liquidity off of Uniswap and putting it into these like gambling, basically kind of dApps, essentially, right? These pools. And it's been hurting Uniswap a little bit. So this is kind of like their way of like, here's value in the most, probably, you know, the most trustworthy, you know, pool provider. And
yeah, I totally agree. Now I wish I would have found a way to do some liquidity, even if it was just a small bit. You know, even if it was just 2 ETH and 500,000 hex or something. You know.
Yeah. This is exactly how I felt when I got the Rari. It's a fuck. I should have bought more on. Why didn't I buy on wearable? I mean, on Rarible more, man. I would have got like buddies of mine had gotten anywhere from 5 to like 15, 20 grand of free tokens off of just buying NFTs. Yep. And
okay. So how much money is the OA gonna get?
Oh my god,
dude! So I gotta show you guys this.
Richard,
I gotta share this. This it just keeps getting better.
What?
Almost $1,500 now.
I wouldn't be surprised what people are doing is changing it into ETH and half of it into one of the other like stable coins, so they can dump it into the pool for free.
Yeah,
that's probably what some people are doing. Woo! $500,000, baby. Yeah.
550,000.
I'm gonna have to do that on stream right now. Let's see. Wow, yeah, it is taking a while to pen. It's pending still.
Yeah. Well, you guys saw it first here on Discourse Syndicate. I think this is a great note to end this show on, man. So we're gonna end at a win before it crashes.
Dude, thank you so much for having me on, and I'm so glad
thank you for coming on, man. It was great talking with you, man. I
just
really appreciate it.
I came across this when I was watching Hexo's show. I went onto Twitter real quick, and it was the first tweet that popped up. Uniswap giving out free unicoins.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This is awesome, man. Well, you are the man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Hexikins. Grab 3 names real quick. Dollar cost. Write them down.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just.
Don't worry, Quarter Panda. We see you. We see you.
So, all right, you guys put something in the chat.
All right, all of you guys post now.
I'm looking away right now. Let's see.
Look into my screen of infinity.
And 3, 2, 1. It is. What did I click? Oh shit! I clicked someone. Into the fire.
Yeah.
I think didn't I pick him last time?
Yeah. Shit. Wait.
Well, you can have more than one entry though.
Oh, you can.
Okay.
And
into the fire. Got another one.
Okay.
All right. Into the.
I'm gonna pick one now.
Please go ahead.
Tech Dolphin.
Tech Dolphin.
Dolphin, make sure you are following this channel. You follow RG3 on Twitter. And we'll put you on, and we'll clarify that you are following RG3 on Twitter. And then we'll put your name into the drawing. And go ahead, Randy. Pick one. Blind pick one.
Okay. I got Hex Winger.
Hex Winger. Yeah, put that away. No one wants to see that.
Well, what if it's staked long and hard?
Oh, I hope he has strong hands.
Yeah, why are these ETH transactions taking so long? Come on,
man. Because everyone's trying to sell this stuff. Well, apparently, everyone's trying to buy it too. If the price keeps going up.
Yeah. I mean, what's the total market cap of the token? Do we know?
I have no idea yet.
It's
not even showing up on Nomics yet. So
everyone who talks shit about Uniswap right now is crying themselves asleep tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I had another account that I've used for Uniswap. I wonder if that one got the free 400 as well.
Yeah, probably. That's the way it usually works. Like I was able to claim on 2 wallets for my other token.
Oh man, dude. Oh man.
All right. Well, I'm ending this. I'm gonna go check all my other wallets.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Hey guys, thank all you Hexikins for being in here, meeting up with me tonight. Thanks for hearing me out at the beginning of the stream, and I'm gonna do the intro on the way out, guys.
Buy that Hex, 500,000 Hex. Soon enough, the price will skyrocket. 1 penny.